Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's visit Weston-Super-Mare. Sign of the times, I'm afraid. Weston-Super-Mare was named after one of our Falkland heroes. There was many Falkland heroes, but there's one that comes to mind immediately, the unforgettable John Weston. But it's not actually named after him, it's named after his favourite female horse, hence Weston-Super-Mare. Shopping centre is really nice because it's got free toilets and loads of shops, so it's worth a visit. Being a seaside town, there's a town attached to it, which is full of people and shops and seagulls and things you normally expect to find in a town. Not a lot else you can say, really. Here we are in the town square, for want of a better description. It's not really square, it's more like a smudge, but it's got everything you could possibly want, including a bizarre, statuey, monument-y thing. I've no idea what that's about. Shops, a few shops, and of course it's got, well, not every town's got, but it's got a grand pier at the end of the road, which is about there. But it costs you £1 to go on it, £1 to go on a pier. Not even do anything, just go on the pier. So you're thinking, oh God, I'm not going to Weston-Super-Mare. Well, I'd advise you would, because they've got a really good size sex shop. There's a few things that don't make sense in Weston-Super-Mare already. One is that it's just got some seats at the bottom of it. And that one, well, it's a plastic donkey. And that isn't even a real window. It's all pretend. It's bizarre. There are districts in Weston-Super-Mare, including this one, which is called Orchard Meadow, and features one of the best shops I've ever been in. It's like what I want my shop to be one day. That one there. And it's called MT Games. So if you ever get to Weston-Super-Mare, have a look at MT Games. It is amazing. And the prices are actually really good, bearing in mind we're so far south. Really, really good. Top marks. Now, the beauty and splendour of Weston-Super-Mare is questionable, to be fair. However, it has inspired lots of artists, including the world-famous Banksy. You've got to love how people get around things like, copyright and that kind of thing. So here we've got the Brown Stateside Diner, and they've got the, what's she called? Statue of Liberty, but they can't have a torch, so they put a traffic cone up there instead. Brilliant! Now, Weston-Super-Mare is moderately near Wales-ish, kind of. Well, not really, but it's got these very quaint little streets which are full of Welsh people, or it was back in 100 years ago or whatever, and now it's just full of, well, me. But they're very sweet and they're very quaint, and a little pub there. Oh, it's lovely. It's like being on a set of a soap opera. Let's just hope I don't get murdered. A lot of the buildings in Weston-Super-Mare are made from the same stone. That's because it was everywhere around. And why would you take stone from somewhere else to make the buildings look different? So they all have the same look about them. It's a bit boring, really. Here in the square of Weston-Super-Mare, we have a fountain. Well, it's more like water spouts rather than a fountain. Water paving, and some people on bikes and skateboarders and stuff like that. They also have a shopping centre called East Orange Shopping Centre, which has nice toilets. But I think I've already mentioned that. Some of the architecture in Weston-Super-Mare is, well, nice. Like, for example, the Calvert Court Hotel. And then there's that monstrosity there, which is the most ugliest building I've ever seen in a seaside resort ever. And I've been to Blackpool. They try and hide it with a tree, but I can still see it. It's horrid. The Grand Pier behind me isn't very grand, to be honest, but they still charge you £1 just to walk on it. Yeah, I'm not paying £1 to walk on that, I'm sorry. That's why it's empty. No one else is doing either. If it were free, they'd get more people on, they'd probably make more money. But who am I to say that? Because, after all, this is the first time I've ever been to Weston-Super-Mare. So what do I know? I don't know anything, but I know I could get that pier full. The arch behind me is a sponsorship deal with McDonald's. There used to be 2 of them, but McDonald's pulled out recently, and now Nando's have got it, so they just took one arch down and left the other one up. Again, genius. There's no cone on it, though. As you can see, the views are amazing of the empty pier, the Grand Pier with no one on it, because you have to pay £1. Anyway, if I was a child and I grew up in Weston-Super-Mare, I'd be spoilt for things to do. I mean, you could go on the pier, you could probably find a way of sneaking on for nothing, to be fair. You could also visit the model village, which is an actual size village that's just on its own on an island. And you could also listen to questionable music as well. Actually, I'm glad I wasn't brought up in Weston-Super-Mare. It's horrendous. Looking where the sea is at the minute, the sea is miles away. So you wouldn't think that Weston-Super-Mare would have a problem with flooding, but apparently it does, because they've installed these gates. And these gates are obviously flood defences, but they're not very high. Do they know where the sea is? Anyway, well, they've at least made an effort. As I said before, the sea is absolutely miles away. Absolutely miles away. It's not though, actually. It's just there. How does that even work? Weston-Super-Mare, the oddest sea in the world. So like I said before, there's the sea. But am I walking on water? Well, no, I'm not. I'm actually on a bridge because this is a dam and the sea is still out, even on this side. I mean, confusion. What the heck is going on, Weston-Super-Mare? Hey? Weston-Super-Mare does give you some good advice, i.e. watch out for pedestrians, with this sign here saying pedestrians, caution, slippery. I've met some slippery characters in my time as well, but thanks for the warning. So here I am stood on the model village, which is the first model village I've seen that's actually actual size, which is brilliant. Unfortunately you're not allowed in because it's private property. I know we've seen some pretty crap ferries in our time, but I mean this one takes the biscuit. I mean it's a proper boat and all that. It's just not on any water. No matter where you look in Weston-Super-Mare, as long as you're not in the town centre, obviously, you can see the beach. You can see the pier with no one on it. You can also see that bloody awful building over there. What is that? That blue thing? It's horrendous. It towers over the rest of the town. Bring it down. Bring it down. I don't sound like Donald Trump now, don't I? But I'm right. Knock it down. So here we are then, on the beach. If you like coming downstairs to a beach, well, you can go to most holiday resorts because they nearly all have stairs on. But this is the beach at Weston-Super-Mare, and as you can see, it's absolutely ram-packed full of people. I mean, there's nowhere to stand. It's so popular that there's absolutely nowhere to stand. So Weston-Super-Mare, if you want to come to the beach, suggest you get here early or you'll have nowhere to stand or sit or build a castle or eat butties or get attacked by seagulls or whatever else you do when you're on a beach in the middle of the UK somewhere. I don't even know where I am, to be fair. It is in the UK, isn't it? I think so. See these here? When I was little, I thought they were something that had come out of the ground and could eat you or something, you know. But it turns out they are. Help! I'm surrounded. Yeah, yeah. Weston-Super-Mare also holds annually a sand thing competition where you make things out of sand. If you remember the church made out of dirt in Chester, like that but bigger and outside. And this so far is my favourite, which is the square with the circle attached. I think that's beautiful, and I'll give that a 10 out of 10. In some towns and cities and countries they eat donkeys, but in Weston-Super-Mare you can ride a donkey on the beach. It's sweet, isn't it? Although I'm not overly impressed with what's going on here. If my bottom's that itchy, I want to scratch it myself, thank you very much. Okay, I got it wrong. It seems that wasn't one of the entries in the competition for the sand sculptures. This seems to be the place where the sand sculptures are, and you can go in and look at them. But they're that proud of them, they put them behind this big fence so you can't see them unless you're paying money. But I'll tell you what, I can see that one, I can do that as well. Cheated. Like many seaside towns, Weston-Super-Mare seems to have a thing about bringing more sea and more fish to it by having this aquarium which is stood on stilts. It's a brilliant idea, but obviously it wasn't very popular because now it's closed. They've also got here a telescope which you can put 20p or 50p in, and then you can look out and you can see that island over there, or that truck, or the lighthouse that's really a long way in the distance, and not a lot else really. So I think I'll keep you 20p, thanks. Here we are at Funland at the Tropicana, made famous by a Wham song where drinks were free. Sadly they're not free anymore because, well, George Michael's dead, so no one's paying for it. However, it is free to get in. So somewhere that's free to get in, and it's rammed. Look at it, it's dead busy. Brilliant, well done. This building behind me is amazing. It's got balconies, it's got stone, it's got brick, and it's got a sight of the sea. It's brilliant, I love it. It's my favourite building in the whole town. Inflatable City, it says. All day. No, sorry. Inflatable City, it says. All this week, play all day for a £5. Yeah, not at the minute though. Either that or someone's had high heel shoes on and they've popped it all. Oh well, I'll come back another time. If you win the lottery, or if you win lots of money, like an old relative dies and leaves you millions or whatever, you you can probably afford to buy one of these, which is a hut, which is sited on the beach. Well, it's not on the beach, it's on a walk above the beach. But they cost more than my house. So that's why you have to win the lottery to buy one. But it's ideal if you don't want a yacht, or if you don't want a fast car, if you don't want a train, if you win the lottery. Just buy one of these huts instead. Because once you've bought one of these huts, you'll be absolutely as skint as I am. Now normally at the end of these videos, I do a thing like, you know, if you want somewhere that's blah-de-blah-de-blah, blah-de-blah-de-blah, then, you know, come to blah-de-blah-de-blah, or whatever. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give some free advice to Weston-Super-Mare. Number one, get rid of their music licence, or at least get them to turn it down. Number two, knock that building down. It is horrendous. It needs to go. And number three, make it free to go on the pier. Look how empty it is. It's a Sunday afternoon in the middle of summer. So there you go, Weston-Super-Mare. You're welcome. Till next time. Goodbye.
Where shall we go today? Where shall we go? Where do you want to go today? Let's visit.
I mean, yeah, it's nice that you can park on the seafront and all that. That's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. But up to 4 hours, £6. So minimum charge, £6. Really? We don't all could live in London, you know. Yeah, Grand Pier. I mean, look at it. It's not even gold plated. And not only that, that thing over there, the mini clone London eyesore. I've seen 3 people on it today. Make it cheaper. And make the bogs free as well. Weston-Super-Mare, I love it.